You know, it's always good seeing Naofumi in great spirits. All of the last season, he was not in the best of spirits, obviously, right? Because he was still trying to clear his name, fighting off all these people, dealing with these ridiculous other heroes who don't want to do shit, right? They want to do shit their own way and be shiesty at the same time. Maybe not like Ren and Motoyasu, but Itsuki in that same breath. You know, he's one of the ones that comes off as shiesty, but we're going to get to him a little bit later because I do have a few questions. But if we're just sticking to the topic of Naofumi in this episode, it's hard. Like, this is like one of the first times we've seen him with like an actual smile on his face the whole time, right? He smiled a little bit at the end of the last season, right? Like, he smiled just a little bit. But like I said, he was always angry. But now that, you know, he's got his own domain, he's running things the way he wants to run things, the people look happy and healthy and seem like they're, you know, getting to it the way that they need to be getting to it. Feels like he's got a lot of weight lifted off his shoulders, other than the fact that, you know, his other hero compatriots aren't cooperative. But that's to be expected. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy xDomoSenpaix, and we are here covering the season premiere of The Rising of the Shield Heroes Season 2. If you are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, make sure you go down below, hit the link in the description or the red subscribe button, either one to help me towards that cause of reaching my goal, which is to become a full-time content creator. One thing that I'm gonna have to get over is the fact that Risha is quite annoying. Like, dealing with this the whole time, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take that. I'm gonna have to ignore it. But there's a caveat to that. This is where I bring up Itsuki, because Itsuki is the one that saved her, apparently. We've seen that in one of the trailers. Is this like one of Itsuki's abilities? Like low-key secret abilities or something? Because, bro, when I say that she's already been kicked to the curb, they already said they want nothing to do with her, but no matter what, she is still trying to run back regardless. Whenever she hears anything could be an issue for Itsuki, she just runs. Like I said, they already told her she's worthless, she's weak, she's slow. You know, they already told her all of this, but no matter what, she runs back. What is that? If it's too spoilery, don't answer it. Anyway, that's something that I gotta get over, because I'm so used to just, you know, Naofumi, Raftalia, Philo, and Melty to an extent, right? You know, the party. Like, I'm used to that to an extent. When we dealt with a little bit of Risha last season, like, you know, the latter end of last season, it was whatever, right? I was like, oh man, she might be funny, you know, it's like some comedic relief type shit, but I don't know if it fits for this crew. But the lady that we met at the end of the episode, I'm kind of excited for that. And it's crazy because she kind of reminds me of Glass. I wonder if that's where the just kill me thing comes into play, but I don't think so, right? I don't think so. I think she's got, you know, more to do with the tortoise, and that's probably why she wants to die, but we'll figure that out later on. Everybody in the village is looking good. Like I said, you got grandma trainer Risha and Keel. Keel looks way more healthy, so it's all looking good from that perspective. Now when let's get to talking about like a few of the events that occurred, because like I said, it's a lot of important shit. Let's start with the meeting after Naofumi and them experienced the bat tortoise things, whatever the hell they were. I know they were familiars, but it was an interesting meeting, because when I think about it, usually people would be down to, like, you know, defend the place because they were there to save the world from the waves. But I feel like the tortoise got something to do with the waves just a little bit, because his appearance froze. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but his appearance stalled the timer. I know I'm backtracking because that's why they all went there anyway. But as they're talking to the queen, right? As they're talking to the motherfucking queen, and she's like, can I count on you guys to, you know, help defeat this turtle? And everybody else was just like, we ain't got time for it. We're here to defend the waves. We got better things to do. And who was that? Motoyasu? That was like, isn't that right, Naofumi? Why are you guys so quick to dismiss this tortoise when it's obviously a very big issue to the kingdom that you've been sent to protect? Granted, you guys are here to protect the world, I get it, but you guys were summoned here. You should want to protect this area as well. I think that ties into something a little later, because I heard something and it sparked my interest. Now Fumi and the queen have a talk, and he's like, man, you know how to persuade people. You know what? I'll help. I mean, who wouldn't help her? Good Lord. That is a beautiful woman. Another interesting key point is now Fumi is still like, I guess he's still hung up over the fact that he can't hold another weapon. because when they were at the blacksmith shop, Raftalia and Risha were going over weapons, and Raftalia was like, oh man, I think this one might be good. You should check this out. And here go Risha being a Debbie Downer the whole time. And now Fumi looked back and was like, at least you can hold a weapon. And I was like, oh, fuck. He's still mad about that shit? You got like 7 million different shield variations. Why are you still upset about that? But I get it. You come from a different world, right? In the JRPGs you play, you're used to being able to like wield different weapons and, you know, stylize them and shit. So being relegated to just one, I get it. I could totally feel that. But bro, you're at a point where you can be on the offense with your shields. As much as a defender as you have to be, I mean, you can still do some offense. Right? You can do some attacking, so you should be cool with that. Now, this was the weird part. I feel like this is going to be an issue a little later on. The whole slave pack thing. Now, Fumi still doesn't fuck with it, right? He doesn't fuck with it. Who is he to tell Raftalia what to do? Because they go to see the slave merchant, and Raftalia had this dumbass idea to be like, yo, Risha, if you become Naofumi's slave, you know, you might get a boost from the powers. You'll be even stronger. And Naofumi was like, no, I'm not about to force her to do this. And you still want to do this? You know you can change your mind. You don't have to do this anymore. She's like, no, I want to do it. Type shit. And here comes Risha making up her mind immediately. Like, yeah, I'll do it. This is like one of the first times she had like a serious tone. And that weirded me out a little bit. So they go through with the whole slave pact ordeal. And I felt weird because I was just like, is this going to be an issue later on? Is Itsuki going to try to use this against Naofumi to tarnish his name yet again? It's so much that could happen to this. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a lot. But anyway, let's keep moving forward because it still has to deal with the same shit. So they're on their way to this village, you know, where the tortoise and stuff is supposed to arrive at. They have a pit stop, they eating and chatting, and all of a sudden fucking Fitoria calls Philo. I guess they got like a telecommunication device within that little feeler of theirs. And she's telling Naofumi like, look, this is what we talked about before. It's gonna come a time when you guys all gotta work together, and either y'all are and y'all gonna be successful, or you're not and you're gonna die. I'm just like, why don't you just show up and help anyway? You understand what Naofumi's dealing with and how hard it is to talk to these people just because of what he's dealt with. Like, how the fuck you expect him to do this still? Right? So that conversation was kind of like whatever, because I'm like, bro, there's no way you're calling just to say this shit. And then this is where it gets weird, right? This is where it gets weird. And this relegates back to what I said earlier about why the other three heroes were so willing to bypass what the queen said about defending, you know, against the tortoise. We're going through the village. You see this weird hooded figure, and he's just like, yeah, you know, the tortoise is here. It's gonna wreak havoc. And you know, 3 of the 4 heroes died. And I'm like, what? No. No, there's no way, right? There's no way. I think this is related to maybe like before, like, you know, some of the previous heroes. I think that could be the case because they tried fighting it and 3 out of the 4 died. That stuck with me. And I'm like, maybe the shield hero survived and that's the one who raised Fitoria. And maybe that's what Fitoria is talking about. Like, yo, you know, y'all have to fight together. But even if that was the case, if 3 out of the 4 died when they were fighting last time, what difference does it make this time? That's something that I was keeping in the back of my head the whole time. And then I was like, is that why Itsuki, Ren, and Moriyasu aren't going to fight this tortoise? Were they privy to this information beforehand and decided like as a unit to not fuck with this turtle because they don't want to die? Remains to be seen. Now Fumi and his squad handle these familiars, and it takes now Fumi to use the rage shield in order to conquer this. And I was like, bro, Jesus Christ, if it's gonna take you the rage shield, then that means you're gonna need to use the rage shield on multiple accounts. And you're gonna be drained. And it seems like he's still feeling the after effects of last season. The dragon one, the bone dragon shit that like drained his blood. It's like that's still waning on him. That, or it was the battle with like Lark and Glass in him. Or did he use it there too? I don't think he used it there. Overall, it was a good episode because we ended up meeting that lady that we saw throughout the trailer, right? She was like deemed to be important throughout the trailer. And I'm like, yes, let's go. And she said, can you please kill me? Now, here's the thing. I don't think Naofumi gonna do it. We might even add her to the party. That might be the case. And if so, I'm down for it. Like I said, Great episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below, whether you liked it or disliked it. Small things you didn't really notice but want to tell us anyway. Things that you didn't think I picked up on and you want to tell me anyway. That's all. You can handle all that in the comments, man. As you see, I be perusing, liking comments, responding to majority of them, even if sometimes it may be a day late. But I still get to it. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Videos every single fucking day, yo. And I'm tired, man. I be working my ass off putting these videos out every day. And you know, it feels good. As always, it's your boy, xDomoSenpaix, and I will see you guys in the next episode.